I didn't upload Tuesday, but this time it was purposeful. Uploading when there's a new patch always just feels... I never know if I have to switch gears or what. But having played through Star Rail, there wasn't really much there in the way of lore. Fun patch, but light spoiler. All we really learned is Dr. Primitive is an emanator of erudition. A lot of emanators in the Genius Society, huh? Anyway, today I wanted to ask you guys something. Yep, that's right. You guys are smart. You know, I've said before, this channel is nothing more than a forum. It's the motherfucking Forum Romanum, bitch! And right here, right now, I'm ringing the cowbells! It's time for a town square meeting, y'all. Some things on the agenda, stop yelling. Someone even went so far as to say, can you stop shouting? It's unpleasant. Plus, I'm wearing headphones. I did not finish because of your unpleasant scream. First off, let me just say, I'm flattered you admire my videos that much, but your inability to finish. And second of all, guys, I don't shout, okay? I've never yelled once in my life. I occasionally raise my speaking voice to maybe a level 2 or 3, but I don't yell. I contest that claim. Next on the agenda, my friends, I worry that my biases are inhibiting my ability to fully explore the topic of this video. So before I taint your marvelous minds, I'll play the clip first that I wanted to discuss and let you all form your own opinions. Then I'll share mine and we can talk in the comments. Discussion, the backbone of... what was it again? Right. Communism!
The ancient battle between the Descender and the dragons destroyed the corner of the world, allowing the Abyss to invade. Natlan's ley lines took the worst of the damage. To aid the people of Natlan, the Lord of the Night used the fragments of the old ley lines to reconstruct a similar network. Okay, lot to dissect there. I'm assuming you already have your own thoughts on Mavuika's words. If not, then I greatly overestimated you. Let me share some of my thoughts. The battle between the Descender and the dragons brought the world to ruins, which then allowed the Abyss to invade. Alright, nigga. Something weird is going on here. Something very, very weird. In this statement, it sounds like the Abyss found an opportune moment to invade a war-torn Teyvat and took it. This goes against my long-held beliefs that the Abyss was brought to over by that bastard crackhead dragon king Nibelung. As a power of darkness, he acquired said power following the original defeat of the Sovereigns, a power that granted him the will to rival the world. I believed he then came back with said power of darkness as the second who came and wrought havoc on Teyvat. That is how I believe the Abyss found its roots in Teyvat. Well, yes, a lot of this is just, speculation in my own theory. The idea that Nibelung came back to Teyvat with a power of darkness is not mine, because it was told to us by Nibelung's most fervent follower and fellow sovereign, Apep.
We all once believed in the distant past that only forbidden knowledge could give us enough power to defeat the heavenly principles. The Dragon King acquired the power of darkness from outside of this world and led us in a fight against the order established by the outsiders.
Dragon King?
An unimaginable war took place in Teyvat, causing destruction on an unprecedented scale. The world itself was on the verge of collapse.
Now, Apep's words are, very similar to Mavuika's. There was a war between the gods and Descender, it destroyed the corners of the world, and the power of darkness was involved. These are more than likely the same exact war. Now, within Apep's words, there's something I must point out and need us to keep in mind. She said Nibelung led the Sovereigns in a fight against the order established by the outsiders. This to me indicates that some time had passed after the original war when the Heavenly Principles first descended onto Teyvat, because in that first war, there was no order that had yet been established. The Heavenly Principles descended, fought the Sovereigns in a 40-year war, and spent the next 400 years establishing the order by remaking Teyvat. Quote, 400 years after the Held's branches, the mountains and rivers were made, and the seas and oceans accepted those who rebelled and those who would not kneel.
the primordial one in one of its shades created the birds of the air, the beasts of the earth, and the fish of the sea. Together, they also created flowers, grass, and trees before finally creating humans. Our ancestors, numerous as the stars in the sky, uncountable as the sand on the shore. From that time, our ancestors made a covenant with the primordial one, and so entered into a new age. Are we all okay with this so far? I have no idea why I asked that. Who can answer me? So I should have just done a live stream. Probably would have been way more interactive. Whatever. Anyway, the reason this matters is because if these two wars, Mavuika's and Apep's, are in fact the same war, then it's not the original war the sovereigns had with the heavenly principles when they first arrived onto this world, which means the Abyss did not invade Teyvat until after Nibelung acquired the power of darkness from outside this world, which still lines up with Nibelung being a candidate for the second who came, given his war is eerily similar to the war the heavenly principles had with the second who came. Whole other video solely dedicated to this topic, okay? So before fucking someone comments, Nerval's vision story! Actually, no, see, that's fucked up. I shouldn't have done that voice. You guys probably would have been like, excuse me, my good sir, but I believe Nervalet's vision story contradicts the claim that Nibelung could be the second who came. And then I could just, thank you, good sir, for your concern. Here's this video right here that I think will answer your questions. See, the perfect, see, discussion, man! The backbone of, what was it again? Communism! And now, part of why this all matters is it may help to clarify the timing regarding the creation of elemental energy on Teyvat.
Phlogiston is Teyvat's primordial form of energy. The heavenly principles used phlogiston as a basis for the creation of elemental energy, to develop a power to better counter the Abyss.
If elemental energy was created to help counter the Abyss, but the Abyss hadn't arrived until the war with Nibelung, then this would mean that elemental energy was created around the same time as the construction of the Gnosis, which helps to explain why there was this sudden boom in gods after the war with the second who came. Now, that's not to say, no gods didn't exist before the war with the second who came. We know they did, but the gods then either weren't gods or were primordial gods. Let me explain. There were creatures like Nabu Malikata who existed and have been referred to as gods, but she's an odd case, given she was a Seelie and thus an angel. It complicates things, given we know of another Seelie who was called a god by the people, but as stated, she's just a Seelie and it's the Lord of the Nights. As for the primordial gods, they encompass the gods of old, and not just the one we're all fucking thinking about, but gods like the Moon Sisters or the Four Shades. The Four Shades, you might notice. 4. Interesting. That's the same number of traditional elements: earth, wind, fire, and water. Istaroth was the god of wind. The shade of life has been associated with water. Ronova, the shade of death, has been associated with fire, which leaves the fourth as the shade of the Inathim. You guys want to see a picture of Inathim? Boom, bitch! That's Earth, nigga! That's Earth. That's Mother Teresa. Now, this isn't all to say that the other elements didn't exist. I'm sure fucking ice existed, and we know the 7 elemental sovereigns for the 7 elements did exist, but in this time, it could be they existed as phlogiston, inaccessible to be wielded by denizens of the human realm. That's complete speculation on my part, but there's not a damn thing that's been written or said that backs up my claim. That is all speculation right there. Now, with that all covered, here is the most confounding part of Mavuika's words, and it's this: Nibelung. What do I mean? Mavuika stated the Abyss invaded Teyvat during the war between the dragon and the Descender, which makes it sound as if neither party wanted the Abyss, and it simply came over when everyone was fighting. Cool. Apep, a primary source, stated Nibelung brought the power of darkness from outside this world, and led the sovereigns in a fight with it, believing it's the only thing that could defeat the heavenly principles. Cool. Nervalet's character story 5 then states Nibelung hated the void and wanted to fight, however, believing only the dragons capable. Quotes, and could it not be he would explain that King Nibelung had been wrong, and that the black void could only be opposed if all life were to band together as one. So I mean, Nervallet's kinda goes with Mavuika's, but unless the power of darkness refers to something other than the Abyss, I've no idea what's going on here with these, sort of conflicting accounts. And before someone goes, well, yes, they are different. Rukadavata, please.
So what exactly is forbidden knowledge?
It's a kind of knowledge that doesn't belong to this world, and a form of truth that can't be understood. It came from the very bottom of the Abyss.
So now, I turn to you, brilliant motherfuckers. Help me understand.